Art 6, Quarter 1, Lesson 2, Week 1, Learning Competency explains the elements and principles applied in commercial art. And I'll be your learning guide for today, Teacher Luisa. After the lesson, the pupils will be able to explain the elements and principles applied in commercial art, apply the elements and principles of art in an art commercial, logo making, and appreciate the value of the elements and principles of art in creating commercial art. Let us start with the meaning of the following words. Commercial arts, art used in advertising and selling. Advertising, the business of preparing advertisements for publication or broadcast, and selling, a transaction between a seller and a buyer. Elements of arts, the ingredients of art. Line, a mark with length and direction. Here are the examples of lines: vertical, horizontal, diagonal, curve, spiral, wavy, cloud, zigzag, castle, step up and down, shark, mountain, jagged, walk around, dash or dotted, loop-de-loop. Color consists of hue, intensity, or value. Here is a color wheel. You can find the different kinds of colors here. There are cool colors and there are warm colors. There are primary colors and secondary colors. Value, the lightness or darkness of a color. Sample of colors from lightest to darkest. Shape, an enclosed area defined and determined by other art elements. Kinds of shapes: circle, oval, rectangle, square, triangle, star, rhombus, heart, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, semicircle, trapezoid, and parallelogram, and much more. Form, an object that appears to be a three-dimensional artwork. These are the three-dimensional shapes: the conical frustum, pentagonal frustum, cone, tetrahedron, cube, rectangular cuboid, regular tetrahedron, square pyramid, square frustum, octahedron, pentagonal pyramid, irregular polyhedron, icosahedron, dodecahedron, and hemisphere. Space, the distance or area between, around, above, below, or within things. There are different kinds of space. One is the negative space, space around and between images. Next is the positive space, part of an artwork's composition that the image occupies. The following examples are how shapes are arranged in an artwork creates a sense of space. Consider the possible ways shown below to create space. Draw big, fill the whole paper, extend lines of paper, here are more examples. Placement in relation to horizon, smaller in distance, larger closer up, darker closer up, lighter farther away, overlapping, foreground or near space, midground or middle space, background or far space, positive space, and negative space. Perspective, the illusion of depth. These are the following examples: the three-dimensional illusion, Another example is this kind of illustrations or images. You have to look closer and look further to know the image. What can you see? Another example of art is this one, the depth of art. As you can see, the image looks so real and it looks like it's coming out from the wall. Next one is texture, the surface quality or feel of an object, the softness, roughness, or smoothness. Kinds of texture: smooth, rough, hard, soft, woven, bumpy or lumpy, jagged or irregular, and ridge. Let us review the elements of art: line, color, value, shape, form, space, perspective, and texture. Principles of art, tools we use to make art. Balance, arrange to create stability in a work. Here are some artwork that represents balance. Emphasis, focal point of an image. What are the focal points of this artwork or images? Contrast, differences between two things to create interest and tension. Can you see the contrast in the following artworks? Rhythm, repetition of elements to produce the look and feel of movement. Can you observe the rhythm in the following artworks? Pattern, repetition of design. These are the following examples of the repetition of design in an artwork. Unity, when all elements and principles work together to create a pleasing image. These kinds of artworks show unity and harmony. Variety, use of differences and change to increase the visual interest of the work. This artwork shows different varieties. Proportion, comparative relationship of one part in another with respect in size, quantity, or degree. What can you say of the proportion of these artworks? Let us have a recap. Here are the principles of art: balance, emphasis, contrast, rhythm, pattern, unity, variety, and proportion. Those elements and principles of art will guide you in our next activity. If given a chance to have your own dream business, what would it be? What kind of logo design would you like your future business to have? What is a logo design? A logo is a graphic mark, emblem, symbol, or stylized name used to identify a company, organization, product, or brand. Importance of a logo design. It is a form of commercial art used in advertising. By making an attractive logo, a brand can be easily promoted. In making a logo through digital art or using computer, the principles and elements of art should be considered. Here are some samples of some popular business logo designs. Are you familiar with some of it? Here are the activities that you can do after our video lesson. Number 1, create your own logo of your future business. Explain your design. Number 2, draw your own artwork using the different basic shapes and 3-dimensional shapes. It is so much fun to learn with you. See you again in our next lesson. Bye!